Well, hello and good morning to another gorgeous day here with me, Kieran Siemens, in my inky world, and today we are going to draw some cats and birds since I've sold out of all of my cats and birds. So I need to draw some more. So if you want to see me draw some cats and birds, let's do it. Okay, so we're going to get on with a few little drawings. I'm going to be doing a few different sizes here, just because. And I'm going to do a few little. I got this lovely magenta, and I really want to try and do something with that. And I will leave that one to dry while I kind of get on with it. It takes a few seconds to dry. And then I'm going to try a few of these bigger ones, these kind of A5 ones, which are really, really, really delightful. So let's get into doing a little A5 of some kind of, what did I say? Cats and birds have been selling out like crazy, so we are going to get in and do some of those. Not quite sure what the plan is on this, but do we ever have a plan? Probably not. And the best thing about these kind of cats is that I've been drawing them for kind of so long now that I just kind of feel like they work. You know, most of the time I draw cats, they just kind of work. And the way that they work, I guess, is that I don't really try too hard to make them look too kind of cat-like, if you know what I mean. At the beginning, I was kind of really worried about that cat lovers would kind of attack me, and you know, I'd see them in the street and they'd say, "You draw cats that don't look like cats." But it never happened, so but I do enjoy drawing my cats. For some quite bizarre reason, because I don't actually have a cat. I have a gorgeous little dog. As you know, Mr. Miro is my gorgeous little dog. And he is my little, you know, he's just gorgeous. He's a Chinese crested, and he's just the most gorgeous little dog you could ever imagine. And I really enjoy him. I really enjoy him a lot. He's very expressive, you know. So, the other morning when I woke up, he was actually, usually he's quite close to me. He likes to be very close. And the other morning when I woke up, he was on the other, you know, down by my feet. And he woke up and he kind of looked at me like, "Why did you throw me down here?" I was like, you know, he's just got such an expressive face. It's just absolutely adorable. So yes, I'm a big kind of dog lover, I must admit. But I have very rarely drawn dogs. How bizarre. I kind of guess that the reason behind that is that dogs are very kind and friendly and soft, and whereas cats kind of always kind of give me that feeling that they're up to no good. You know, they always kind of give me this kind of overconfidence, you know. And you know, I've been to friends' houses when they have got a cat, and the cat looks at you like, "What are you doing here?" And I love it. They've got such a such a character about them, such a dominance about them. And that's kind of what makes them special, you know. So when I draw my cats, I kind of feel like I need to bring a little bit of that kind of character into them. A little bit kind of devious, a little bit kind of overly confident, you know? You know what I mean. So yes, I've completely sold out of cats and birds, in basically every format. The A5 sold very, very, very quickly. A little bit surprised how quickly those they sold, and the ACOs have been flying away. So, if you are wanting to get one of these originals, you got to be quick. You really do have to be quick. I'm not trying to kind of boost it in any way. I'm really being straight with you. If you want one, you're gonna have to just get it, because they really don't last very long. And my cats, I feel have got their every drawing has got its own personality. I do find that my cats are really rather special. In fact, one of the first kind of cat books I ever bought was the Ronald Searle one. He was quite well known for his cats. And I feel my cats are very, very, very different. I really feel they're so different. And I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that I do. I've got a couple of his cats there, the very early ones, very, very early on my wall, and they're so early that a lot of, they almost don't look like he drew them. But again, a lot of artists go through different stages of life. They go through lots of different changes, and I guess once he'd got a little bit of popularity with the cats, it kind of took off. But these, I got two prints on my wall that are very early. I think that they came from Germany, I think. And as you can see, my cats are very different. My cats are a little bit kind of like mean looking. Can I say mean looking? That's actually a really nice one. Quite like that one. He's got a lovely character there. He's kind of like standing like you can imagine he's kind of a little bit of a troublemaker, this one, Like he's waiting for somebody to cook a nice pie so he can steal a bit or something, And I had a little bit of a problem with my Etsy shop, which I was very angry about. But it seems to be back up and running. And to be honest, I'm not really sure if I'm even going to keep the Etsy shop. I have been looking into other shops or shop formats, as you say, because I'm finding that the one thing that I don't like about Etsy is that, when you're on there looking at my drawings and what you're going to buy from me, at the same time, underneath, there was hundreds of adverts for other people. And I always thought that's such a silly idea. If you're going, obviously as a shop idea, as a owner of a shop, it's great for you because you get, oh, look at that, I don't want that anymore, I want that. And but for the actual owners of the shop, it's horrendous, honestly. It's just such a stupid idea. So there, one gorgeous cat. I will put him up there. Oh, talking of trouble, Mr. Miro has woken up. He's under my desk. Right, let's do another one. Let's do a nice bird. I have really enjoyed doing my birds. And birds are a really incredible subject because there are so many different types of birds that you never feel you can go wrong, you know. Although my birds I feel are quite unique. The simple fact that I always seem to add teeth to my birds. And I somehow feel like it works, you know. I mean, birds should have like, I mean, you know, they're kind of like prehistoric dinosaurs anyway, really, aren't they? So I kind of feel like they should have big, chunky beaks with teeth sticking out of them. See, already kind of, just because I added the teeth, it kind of gives him that dinosaur almost appearance, doesn't it? Let's try and get a little bit of colour on the head of him. Let's try. Oh, it won't be. Oh no, I won't. I won't, for the simple reason that these some of these inks aren't waterproof, so it kind of gets to the point, if later on I decide to put some paint onto it, then I'd ruin the whole kind of thing. What a lovely chunky bird, look at that. Just get a little bit of thickness in there. I'm starting to see where I'm going with that, and I can see that it's getting a little bit thick, and I do feel like it needs a little bit more thickness to it. And also for all the people that have bought from me this past while, I do love you and I do appreciate everything that you are doing. I really, really do appreciate it. It's always lovely to see the same people kind of popping up. It's lovely to see some of these people that are almost kind of like got a few of my artworks now. And it really is heartwarming. It really is. Well, I mean, you kind of do these kind of artworks and you're kind of sending them off to people. You have no idea if they're going to frame them and keep them forever or what, you know. And hopefully it is that. Hopefully they're going to be cherished. As I do with my prints. I absolutely love mine. And I actually have one that I've recently just bought. It was going for a very small price, and it was only a print, and it's a Quentin Blake one, and I kind of got it from like one of those kind of like, well, it's kind of like more of a selling clothes type of app, and I saw this print and I just had to have it. It's from the Fantastic Mr. Fox batch, and it's only a print. I definitely would love an original. You see how lucky you are having originals? It's only a print, but still, it really does. I'm very, very excited to see it. I do really love. I love what Quentin Blake has done. He's got so many books that it's just, you know, it's almost impossible to catch up with the guy, you know. And he has a very unique style. It's like, which is, you know, maybe it's quite a childish style in one way, but at the same time, it's very him, and that's what I love about it. It really is his style. I mean, if anybody draws similar, then people would say, "Oh, that's like Quentin Blake." And it's very special when you can have a style that's unique. And I hope my style is unique. I hope my style is quite special. I do try to keep my style rather light-hearted and fun. Um, I don't like all the political stuff. I don't like all heavy life subjects. I quite like just something simple and fun. That's my kind of my subjects really. Let's squeeze a name in there if I can. These would be a lovely little signed originals for you. There you are, one cat, one bird. Do I have time to squeeze in another one? Of course we have, of course we have. Let's squeeze it in there. Move that jar of ink out of the way. Lovely. That's two of them. Let's get another. Again, get my trusty little brush. Oh, quite like that. Oh, it gives me a lovely kind of cat shape straight off. Maybe I should do a book of cats, maybe, because I've done so many now. But if you are interested in prints of the work, and there will be a few more prints going up today or tomorrow, over on my Etsy shop. Now the Etsy shop doesn't really do as well as it should, really. It's quite a difficult. I'm not. I still really. I always kind of feel like Etsy changed the rules on it so much, the formats on it so much, and I feel like when they brought in the new kind of like um, postage kind of organizer, it really kind of threw me for a loop. I really had no idea what the hell was going on, and I think that ruined a lot of things for me. It kind of took it away from being a fun place to sell your wares to a kind of marketing, um, a marketing guru type of thing, and I really was not that happy with it. Um, I did feel like I always kind of felt like I was doing it wrong, especially with like the shipping prices and stuff like that. It's like you have to kind of organize your prices into, it's just ridiculous. I never really got on with it. The original one was quite beautiful because it was basically put your stuff up and good luck. And I loved that simplest, the very simple style about it. Whereas now it's kind of become so complicated. But also, since you are the customer, please let me know what you see. If is the postage is being too much? Is this to this or this to that? Talk to me about it. I would love to know what you're thinking, and indeed what I'm doing. I do want this shop to be something that kind of helps everybody. I want it to be something that everybody's happy with. Because I know that some of these are originals, and you know, when people have lost the kind of auction, some people are very unhappy about it, that they can't have a print of that, and that has sparked me to refire the shop. But for it to work, it means people have to visit the shop. You know, you have to visit the shop, and you have to buy yourself a mug or a print or something now and again. That is a lovely cat. I do like that one. That is a very lovely cat. And I do love that expression that he's got. I don't know quite how to explain that expression. It's almost like he's in shock or something, you know. Right. So there you have two cats, one bird. Oh, I did do that magenta thing over there, didn't I? Maybe I could try and squeeze in a small one. Let's see what I've got here. I've got this little magenta bird here. Let's see if I can kind of get something going there with that. See, the thing is that the smaller you draw, you kind of, you're almost drawing in a different style. I feel like my approach is more delicate. And I'm not sure if I like the delicacy of my drawing, but you know, these are not for me. And I know that they have been extremely popular in drawing the smaller sizes. So quite a delightfully odd bird. Let's kind of draw him holding a mug of coffee or something, shall we? He's obviously an early bird getting his coffee. K-O-F-I. I spell it like that because I can't get the full C-O-F-F-E, you know. I can't get all that in, so he's drinking a special type of bird coffee. And in Birdland, that's how you spell it. That's my excuse anyway. Oh, very nice. I like that. Oh, I'm very pleased I did that little bird. Almost looks like he's got a pink fur coat on, doesn't it? So if you are looking for originals, if you are looking for prints, there's two places. One is the Etsy shop and one is the eBay. Actually, eBay has actually worked out quite, although they kind of take about a third of your money, it is actually quite an easy process to deal with. There we have it. A rather lovely pink fur coat bird. I am very pleased with that. And I hope you are too. I hope you've had a lovely morning watching me draw these. Squeeze my name in there. How about I've signed all 4 of these today, so I've been good. And as always, I would love to know what you're thinking. What do you feel about today's drawings? How do you feel about them? We have 2 birds, 2 cats. And I'm very pleased with them. So there you have it. We have 4. Can I move that camera a little bit? There you go. You got 4 of them. A cat, a bird, a cat, a bird. Very pleased. Very pleased. And I hope you had a lovely morning. I hope you enjoyed the video and the chat. Please send me a comment. I would love to know what you think about these drawings for today. And I'll come back again for some more drawing. See you soon. Bye-bye.